Good afternoon, everyone. It's always hard when you have to break up the conversation. I promise you'll have more time once our brief program is ended for today. Hello and welcome to the 2022-2023 College of Education Scholarship Reception. My name is Julie Osborne, and I'm honored to serve as the chair of the College of Education Scholarship Committee. I'm glad you're joining us today as we recognize and celebrate College of Education faculty, staff, students, donors, and alumni. We are especially pleased to gather in person again. For many of us, this is our first gathering of this size in quite a long time, myself included. While there's much to celebrate in our reunion, it is also a reminder that we are forever changed as a result of the pandemic. Today, we give special thanks to our donors, those who are here with us in the room, and those who will be watching a recording of today's event. We thank you for your generosity. Every dollar received eases the financial burden that goes along with earning a college degree. The scholarships you fund continue to make a profound difference in the lives of our students. Thank you. We also want to congratulate. We'll wait before they get to graduation. Congratulate this year's scholarship recipients. You continue to persevere in the face of unimaginable and seemingly unending change. We wish all of you a productive and inspiring year ahead. Now it's my pleasure to welcome Assistant Dean Paul Johnson to the stage to officially kick off today's program.
Thank you. Thank you, Julie. Welcome, and thank you for joining us this afternoon. There are two events that are just joyful and pure happiness. One is commencement, and the other is this event. We bring together individuals that have donated funds in honor of family, former teachers, friends, and they have a legacy in an annual scholarship or an endowment in their family members, their friends, their mentor's name, and it's paying forward by providing much needed scholarships to much needed students. And so this is a joyful event to bring students together that have now a scholarship fund to help them this academic year, and for the donors to see how their hard-earned money is helping. So my name is Paul Johnson. I am the Assistant Dean of Academic Services and the Graduate Director for the college. And I was not the person to be doing the introduction today, but that was reserved for our Dean, Boris Baltus. Unfortunately, Dean Baltus had a family emergency. And so I am the substitute, and I hope that I am not a poor one at that, and I thank you for your patience and for your kindness. So we are honored to host this event the first time in person in 2 years. The pandemic has been hard. It has been a struggle. It has been difficult. And so we rejoice at the ability to come together once again. This annual program is a wonderful opportunity to, as I said, bring together donors and students to meet and share their Wayne State stories and celebrate the generosity of our dedicated and committed donors. This event is also an opportunity to honor the great work of our faculty and alumni through two prestigious endowments. The Professor Arthur Brown Endowed Memorial Award, which will be presented to Joyce Krause, and the Kathleen Riley Coury Endowed Faculty Development Award, which will be presented to Dr. Christina DiNiccolo and Dr. Kajong. In 2022, we awarded nearly $750,000 in private scholarships, 100% provided by individual donors. Many of these scholarships were created years ago, and they continue to generate scholarships awards annually. Each year, we welcome new donors to the tradition of giving in the College of Education. Thank you all for your generosity and support. We have made our students' lives easier by lightening their financial burden. As you will hear later in the program, you have made a significant and lasting impact on our students, and for that, we are eternally grateful. Now it is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Jennifer Lewis, Associate Professor of Mathematics Education and Director of Teach Detroit. It was through Teach Detroit, the College of Education's Urban Teacher Residency Program, where Dr. Lewis had the opportunity to work closely with Joyce Krause, a former physical education teacher in the Detroit Public Schools Community District, and this year's Professor Arthur Brown Memorial Award recipient. Without further ado, please help me welcome Dr. Lewis to the stage.
Thank you, Paul. And he's doing a great job, isn't he? Thank you. Joyce Krause has been contributing in positive and significant ways to the children and families of Detroit for more than 60 years. As a professional educator, volunteer, stand-in parent, community activist, and much more. Let me just say it this way. When I am reincarnated, I want to come back as Joyce Krause. Joyce began as a PE teacher in Detroit Public Schools after having been a student in Detroit Public Schools. And she rose through the ranks, serving as the leader of physical education for the entire district, also serving as an administrator, including being a school principal. You cannot walk into a building in Detroit Public Schools Community District without seeing people embrace Joyce. And there isn't a PE teacher beyond a certain age that wasn't trained by Joyce. She continues to serve Detroit families by preparing our future teachers, and some of those people who are in between classes and teaching and everything else that they're busy with actually came to this reception today just to honor her. So I just wanted to give those students a big shout out. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Joyce, in her free time, besides supervising student teachers today, also teaches in prisons as a volunteer and has advocated for prisoners she has gotten to know. She's taken in an immigrant family, supporting the many brothers in that family and the parent over many years. In fact, I'm a little surprised that she could be here today with us because she was leading a field seminar earlier today with our student teachers, and she's usually driving one of her adopted sons to soccer practice at this hour. So we're just glad to get her. Joyce also volunteers in her neighborhood elementary school, and she could also be sitting here today in the role of many of you as a donor because she also supports our students in that capacity. I think there are many other roles that Joyce plays that I don't even know about. I'm just mentioning the things that I have gotten to know in working with Joyce. What I will say is that Joyce is the consummate educator. She's always finding ways to make the world a better place. Wayne State should be really proud to have such an outstanding graduate. And in addition to everything else, I think she celebrated a very significant decade birthday this summer. So we have a birthday cake in the back that we hope you will enjoy with her. The last thing I just want to say is I'm actually teaching a class in a few minutes, so I'm not able to stay for the rest of this event. So I'll be in the College of Education next door. But I also just want to say how wonderful it is to see everyone gathered here. It's such, as Paul said, such a fabulous event. So thank you, everyone, and congratulations, Joyce. I think you have to come up to get your, sorry, you have to come up. And then Joyce's students should come be part of the picture.
Hello, good evening. I'm Kate Roberts. And I'm currently serving as the Assistant Dean in Teacher Education, and I'm here to present the Howard and Beverly Riley, the Kathleen Riley Coury Award, which was established by Howard and Beverly Riley in 2004 in memory of their daughter, Kathleen, who passed away from breast cancer on July 14th, 2001. Kathleen earned her bachelor's degree in education, her master's degree, and her educational specialist degree in the College of Education. She taught in Utica District for 27 years and was passionate about her chosen profession. She maintained a close relationship with many of her students as they matured, graduated, went on to college, and started families. She left a loving husband, proud parents, and many close friends and colleagues, and hundreds of former students with memories of a strong, talented, and loving woman who lived life to the fullest and encouraged others to do the same. The purpose of this award is to recognize faculty achievement, encourage continued progress, and recognize faculty who demonstrate significant contributions to the college. This year, the Catherine Riley Coury Award is being given to 2 faculty members in the college. Dr. Ke Zhang is a professor of learning design and technology in the Division of Administrative and Organizational Studies. Her research focuses on e-learning, innovative learning technologies, and emerging research methods, which has yielded over 100 publications in various forums. Her work is translated and cited in many languages and adapted to guide research and practices around the world. Her collaborative research is supported by federal government and agencies with multi-million-dollar grants to design, develop, and research on emerging technologies for STEM education, professional training, or health information management. Dr. Zhang also consulted for international organizations, national governments and agencies, corporations, healthcare, and educational institutions. She's delivered keynotes and invited talks in Asia, Eurasia, the Middle East, North America, and South America, as well as for international organizations like UNESCO. Dr. Zhang is not able to join us this evening, but I extend thanks and gratitude on her behalf. Our second award recipient tonight is Dr. Christina DiNiccolo. Dr. DiNiccolo is an associate professor of bilingual and bicultural education in the Division of Teacher Education. Dr. DiNiccolo's research examines the ways students' cultural and linguistic knowledge is accessed as a resource for learning through instructional methods and pedagogical tools. Furthermore, her scholarship aims to understand how socio-political contexts shape the implementation of bilingual education programs and, in turn, how the programs impact the academic performance of emergent bilingual students who are developing proficiency in 2 or more languages. This work dovetails with participation in the Michigan Department of Education English Language Advisory Board and the Office of Professional Preparation Services. Her work has been published in top-tier peer-reviewed journals that are recognized at both national and international levels. She also has recently received the 2022-2023 Wayne State University Career Development Chair Award for her significant scholarly contributions to the field of educational research and community development. Also of note, Dr. DiNiccolo is a fabulous colleague. She's the kind of person who leads by example and makes everybody around her want to be the best version of themselves available in that moment, particularly when that means that our best versions are recognizing that we have room to improve. Everyone needs a Dr. DiNiccolo in their lives, and we are so fortunate to have the original in our college. Kathleen Riley Coury left a legacy of relationships, so it's only fitting that Dr. DiNiccolo receives this award tonight.
It's been 2 years since we've been up here, so we're still getting the rust off. While we shifted this event to the virtual platform 2 years ago, we asked students to submit a video expressing their gratitude for scholarship support that they receive. We received such an overwhelming response to these videos that we decided to carry on the tradition, even as we return to gathering in person. As you may have noticed, we're also recording today's event in order to share it with donors who are not able to be here with us today, so they too can feel the joy that goes along with the spirit of giving. So without further ado, let's hear from our grateful students.
Hi everybody, my name is Janelle Robinson and I am currently in the Graduate School of College of Education, getting my master's in educational leadership. Some of my goals while I was going into education, why I decided to choose teaching, is to be able to provide resources to our students in urban settings. Early on in my experience in Wayne State, I was exposed to suburban schools because I had always taught in urban settings. And I really seen the differences as it relates to the resources provided to our students and our families. And with that, my major goal is to open my own community center to provide our families with that. Since being at Wayne State, I've been able to receive 2 scholarships from the donors at Wayne State University. And I have to say that it really is a relief. As teachers and people in education, we know that we don't get necessarily, we're not paid what we deserve. And so I've always had to work 2 jobs, one outside of teaching, just to support myself. Now with me entering my last year of grad school and to be able to receive the scholarship for that last year to support me, I just want to say thank you to the donors, thank you to the staff that make it possible, and go Warriors.
Hi everyone, my name is Geller Raufi and I'm a doctoral student in learning design and technology. Since I was a kid, I have wanted to be a fashion designer and a teacher. I became increasingly aware that the existing educational conditions in Iran are far from satisfactory. Under such circumstances, an advanced program in education becomes necessary. So that's why I'm coming to the LDT program. The greatest contribution I plan to make to society would be to bring increasingly innovative teaching methodologies into our classrooms. My ultimate goal is to become a university professor. And at the end, thank you for your generous scholarship. I was very, very happy and appreciative to learn that I was selected as a recipient of your scholarship, which allows me to focus more on the most crucial aspect of school, which is learning. I hope one day I can help students achieve their goals just as you have helped me. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Robert Willoughby. I am a senior here at the College of Education at Wayne State. My major is in secondary social studies education, and I'm set to graduate in December of this year after a semester of student teaching. When I was in school, I was not a great achiever. I really struggled with my motivation, and I kept questioning myself, what was the point of doing all of this? Then I had a world history teacher named Ms. Benavides. She took the time to make a personal connection to me. And furthermore, her class was rigorous. To even pass the class, I had to go home, study, do all sorts of homework, outlines. But then is when I realized I loved history, which made me realize I wanted to be a teacher. For me, I was positively impacted by that safe classroom environment, and that's exactly what I want to create. Next, I want to talk about my hopes and dreams when it comes to teaching education. Right now, I'm just eyeballing trying to get my own classroom, but I have many other hopes and dreams beyond that as well. Specifically, I want my students to be able to take specific events from not only current events, but our history as well, and to be able to fit it into a larger context and be able to critically think of how this event falls into their own worldview. Lastly, I want to thank you for awarding me this scholarship. It's scholarships like these that help make education more attainable, and it is so important in the College of Education to have bright and well-prepared candidates leading the next generation of students. So again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much, and you take care.
Hi, my name is Amy Houghton, and I am the proud recipient of the Henrietta Stringer Endowed Scholarship and also a proud graduate student in the Educational Leadership and Policy Studies program. I want to thank all of the donors, the Henrietta Stringer donors, and all the donors that have given to the students in the College of Education this year. Your commitment to us means so much. As many of you know, it has been very challenging in the field of education over these last few years, and so your donation and your support for us as we continue on our journey to become the educational leaders of tomorrow means so very much. So thank you from the very bottom of my heart.
My name is Glenda Turner. I am majoring in English as a second language. I am working on my master's in education. One of the things that I decided to do working in a school that's diverse with various languages is to get my certification in a field that will help me become a better teacher, to help better my students in learning English so they can speak it and write it more effectively in their academics, and be able to implement what I have learned in this program to help other teachers in the future. I would like to thank my donors. This scholarship will help me complete my master's program. I really appreciate being one of the recipients.
My name is Maria Alaman. I'm majoring in elementary education with a concentration in social studies. What inspired me to pursue my major is that I love working with children. I plan to contribute my time and devotion to my students and present lessons that will engage and educate my students. My dream is to be a teacher who engages and educates students year after year. I want to help children grow in their learning and help them to be excited about learning. I want to thank the donors who supported me to continue my education. Without your financial help, I would have to take another big loan. Now I could go through my final semester at Wayne State University without any worries on how to pay my tuition. Again, I want to thank my donors for all their support.
Hello, hi, my name is Lauren Hedrick. I am a third-year doc student studying educational leadership and policy studies here at Wayne State. What inspired me to pursue my major was I have a heart for education, the administration, the teachers, the students, and along my teaching journey, I saw that there was such a high turnover rate, and I wanted to figure out a solution and try and fix that. So that's what brought me to where I am now. Well, I hope to bring equity to education and bring more of our teachers back and keep the ones that are here. So if we have our teachers are taken care of, then it will bring high quality educations for our students, and our students will become more successful within education. My hopes and dreams would be to study, research, and collect data on what needs to be changed within education and how do we implement those changes. To my donors, I would like to say thank you so much for your generosity. I'm so thankful and grateful to be a recipient and to be able to further my education, which will allow me the opportunity to eventually make positive changes within education. Donors like you make life so much more golden for us, and I pray that someday I will be in a position and have the opportunity to bring a smile and that sunshine to another student in the future. So again, thank you so much. I am so grateful and truly appreciate your generosity. Have a great day.
Hi, my name is Nicole Hankus, and I'm a student in art therapy and clinical mental health at the graduate level at Wayne State University. I'm really grateful to be receiving these scholarships so that I can continue doing work both inside of the school program that I'm in and outside of the program to help people in supporting their mental health. What led me to want to study art therapy and clinical mental health is realizing that everyone carries a lot with them, and especially my students were in need of a lot of additional support that I wasn't able to offer them as a teacher. And having walked through my own challenges with mental health with friends and family, this is a field that I've always been drawn to. More recently in my work, I've been able to support people on their journeys with medicines that have been traditionally used by different cultures that we're beginning to study and research again. And some of these are entheogenic medicines, or medicines that connect to the spirit world. And these medicines have recently been decriminalized, and I've been a part of that decriminalization work in Detroit. And I'm also facilitating a community integration support group for people who are working with these medicines who want to help out their mental health. The scholarship has really been able to help me do that, and will help me do that and continue to do that. So thank you.
We hope you see why we want to keep doing this at our future receptions. They were just phenomenal videos. So thank you to all of the students who took the time to record a video and send it to us, to send us a message about the impact the scholarship had for you. We can stand up here and say thank you 1,000 times, but when you can really hear it from the students and feel what they feel, it just means so much more. So thank you to all the students. We know you're busy, and we also know how much you appreciate the scholarship. So thank you. So as we conclude today's program, there are many people whose talents and skills made this day possible. I'd like to acknowledge the scholarship committee, many of whom are here today and have been helping at the desk, outside the Student Center, here in the room: Lysandra Dawn, Heather Landani, Monty Pulowski, Beverly Schneider, and Jasmine Ulmer. I also want to thank and offer a warm welcome to our new Director of Development, Joy Clark, and the team from Development Communications, Hannah Orlicki and Christine Wedge, who worked behind the scenes to put this beautiful, not just the video together, but the notes that we're going to run again at the end of the program as well. Seamless and really well done, and we really appreciate their work. We also want to thank Christian and Jeff from University TV in the back of the room. Thank you. I'd also like to thank all of today's presenters for being here, for our award recipients for taking the time to be here, and the donors as well. We have a great staff within the Dean's Office that's offered a lot of support, including Donna Carroll, Tracy Walker, Linda Carter, Catherine Duque, Kirsten Fiskus, and Norma Huey. And I'd also like to recognize and thank Paul, our photographer, who's here with us today from United Photo Works. Kate Savisco, our special events coordinator extraordinaire, who we couldn't have done this without you. Thank you, Kate. As well as the catering staff, Kiki and David. Thank you so much for being here. While this draws our formal program to a close, we are going to move into some photographs. If you're comfortable with taking photographs, Dr. Pulowski is here. He is going to come around and call tables to the back of the room for a photograph. So while you wait, please continue the conversation. Enjoy some additional refreshments, some birthday cake. Happy birthday, Joyce. Congratulations once again to all of the award recipients. Thank you to our generous donors. We look forward to seeing you next year. Go Warriors.
you.